Hi, everybody. My name is Amy. I'm from Journals and More, created by Crack Amy, and I'm here representing Pam from Silver and Sparkles. I'm on her design team, and I know it's been a little while since you've heard from me, so I'm sorry about that. It's been busy this year. So this month, we're actually, as a design team, we're doing a challenge for Tiny Journals. We're using the hashtag Tiny Journals 2026, and I'm going to be using two parts of a kit. I guess I think it's one collection really, and the collection is Garden Whispers, and so I'm using the actual Garden Whispers planner kit, which is this. This is the full version of this, the actual, like, large regular size, 8.5 by 11, I think it is. And so you can see how beautiful this and you know what I actually like about this kit is that there's not this could be used. I'm actually going to make this journal, this tiny journal, planner journal for next year. So I have on here, I put 2027. So that's what I like about this kit. You can use this year after year after year after year. So I appreciate that. And oh, the colors are magnificent and beautiful. I'm not going to bore you with all of it, but look at this. I mean, the colors are soft. They're muted. They're really just lovely. And then it has like these pages with where you have like individual days, and then you have note pages, which I like. And again, then you have bullet points, which I do like bullet points because I do this every day actually, what I want to accomplish in a day. So I will be using that. And and then when I tell you ephemera, tons, like tons of ephemera. And then I actually cut out a bunch of it for minis. So these are all mini sized right here, but they have all kinds of sayings, um, page markers. Let's see, little fussy cuts, like where you can mark birthdays and all kinds of things. Shopping days, or friends with coffee, or meeting friends for coffee. Uh, Numbers, like when I tell you it's a lot, it's a lot. And so I have this sitting over there. And then what I'm also incorporating is not only this daily planner kit, but I'm also, let me put that aside because that's the larger version. I'm also incorporating the Garden Whispers kit. This actually complements that amazingly. So I actually already have used some of this. So it just has neutral pages, background pages, and a lot of florals, which the florals are beautiful. See, there's a lot of florals, which are lovely. And like I said, it goes really, really well with this kit. They all work well together. And here are some of the other pages. And oh, look at that one. So pretty. They're just it's really a beautiful kit. Okay. And then when I tell you ephemera, okay, ephemera. Lots and lots and lots. And I love birds. And lots of ephemera. So there is tons. File folders, pockets, tabs, page marks, on and on and on. I mean, it is beautiful. Stamps, bingo cards. I like the bingo cards, and index cards, library cards, which I love library cards. Flowers. I mean, it's packed jam full. Look at beautiful. I will be making another project out of this, so I didn't mind printing it larger because I have plans for it. But yeah, it's gorgeous. And this one is the Garden Whispers collection. And like I said, I already cut a few of the pages from it um, that I'm going to be using in this. So, and then I was using the planner kit. So again, that's what I'm using today. And then, so how many of you have endless medication bags, CVS pharmacy bags, endless. Like when I tell you endless, I have probably 100 saved, and I keep forgetting about them. And I was like, you know what? This would be perfect for my tiny journal, my tiny planner. So what I did was, is in ahead of time, so I didn't bore you, is I folded them. I think I took 12, I think, because I wanted extra room actually. So I think I have one or 13, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 13. And I sewed them together. So what I did was I took this bag, and I didn't want to bore you with prepping them all, so I did it ahead of time. But I don't even care it's crinkled. I don't mind crinkled bags. So I just fold it back up the way it was. And then what I'll do, I fold it. Well, I should say what I do to prep it is I cut this flap off the edge of it first. I did that on every one of them. And I also did it on the end down here because I wanted it open. So I cut that automatically off the top. Now you do not have to do that. That's just the way I chose to do it. And then what I did is I folded them in half, and I like to score it, or burnish it really well actually. So I burnish it really well. And then what I do to prep the bag, I actually put a line of PVA glue along here because I don't want this to open up, and it gives it a little more stability. So I did that on both sides, and you can see like how the crease is right here. And so I just run a little tiny bead, and then that stabilizes it, and I don't want that opening up. And if this is bothering you, then glue that down, but it's not bothering me. And so then what I did is I folded it in half, equal ends, and I don't even care. It has a little tear in it. It doesn't bother me. And then, like I said, I burnish it really well. And then what I do is I take, this is actual Scotch translucent tape. It's kind of like washi, but it's stronger. And so what I do is I run a bead down the center of glue. I like to use glue even with washi and everything else. So, and then what I did is I actually just put a strip of this down the crease where it's going to fold because I wanted a little more stability. And I just use this to rip it off. And see, what that does is it gives it more stability in the seam when I go to sew this all together. And so then I just fold it back up and I burnish it back down, and now it's ready to go. And that's all I did. You can use washi if you want to. I just use Scotch translucent a lot for sewing seams, but you don't have to. You can do whatever it is you want to do. So that's how I prepped my bag. That's all I did. And then if you want to ink it, I did not, because I like the color of the bag. I actually want the bag to show. So then what I did is after I got all my bags, because I wanted extras, because then I can add extra pages in to write on or whatever. And so what I counted on was to have, I think 2 pages per month, I think. But anyway, so what I did is I covered the front with some of the garden kit, and then I put some book page and some ledger. And then I glued down this front, which is the front page of this kit. So what I did and that's the front page of this. So what I did was when I printed these out, I put 2 per page, and I decreased the size. So I believe I used either 65 or 70% in decrease of size. That's really up to you what you want to do. But that seemed to work best for me. I did still have to cut down a little bit, but I didn't want it too small to where it was micro. And so this ended up to be size wise, it is, let's see, 4 by pretty much 4¼ by 4¼ actually is what it is. 4¼ by 4¼ So that can tell you the size a little bit. And then I put a piece of lace on it. I cut some ephemera pieces, which says, remember this. And so that reminds me that, I got to put something in that, and then I'm doing this for next year. And also too, I added on the inside before because I sewed the cover, and I sewed the cover back here. And before I did that, what I did was is I put a piece on the inside, so I can cover up my seam binding. So I use this piece of seam binding across here and across the back. So this way I can tie the whole thing shut like this, right? And so that's all I did for that. And it's tied shut. And that's the cover. So that's all I did for this, for the cover so far. And then, like I said, I love the look of the bag. I did keep the ends open. I'm not sure that I'm going to do that for every end. I'm not sure yet, but I left it for now because some I may end up gluing closed, or I may run a stitch across each page. I'm not sure yet. And that's a personal choice. I don't know what I want to do yet. So, so I have basically 24, let's see, I did 13, so I have 26 pages total. And so I'm using at least a full 2 pages for each month is how I'm figuring it. So I want to leave this one blank because I kind of want both sides to go together for each month. So this way, when I turn it, I have January and then I have another page, right? And then I have February and another page, March, and then April, and then May, June. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 6 months on this side and 6 months on this side. So you're walking along with me as I'm figuring this out. So I have, I'm going to say, let's see, I have 1, 2, so I have 13, so I have 12, but I'm going to turn this one. So I'm going to do January. I am terrible at math, y'all, so please forgive me. So I'm figure we skip and go February, and then skip, and then we go March, April, May, and June. I'm correct. So I'm talking this out with you. So you're actually going to get really 4 pages per month, which I'm glad about. So we can start, so you can kind of see my vision here. So I cut these, so I printed these, like I said, I printed them down, and then I cut a little bit more off. I'm not planning on writing on this page. What I'm planning on doing is just putting numbers on this so I know what day is what. And then what I'm going to do is have the rest of these pages, because I'll end up with 3 pages per month to write on. So then I'm going to add, so where's it at? Here it is. So then I have one of these, which is the daily tasks page, right? So I actually am going to pretty much like just do one side and fold it in, right? Because I don't want to cut this down like that. So you can do it however you want, but that's just how I'm going to do it. Because I don't want it. I kind of want a full week in here so I can do bullet points, right? And this might be a little small, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. But it doesn't matter to me, because what I can do is, I know what I mean. Okay, let's think about that for a minute, because I have other pages that I might use instead. Oh, here we go. So I'm going to do a today here, and I'm going to cut this in half, and then I'm going to do a tomorrow here, right? And then I have the other pages that I have right here. So let's do this. Okay, here we go. And then I have this for notes. That's what I was going to do. So then I was going to do this like this. And I think what I was going to do is, oh, I know. I had a plan in place for my thoughts here. Okay, so this has like a little notes section on the edge, right? So what I was going to do is take this and put this in this pocket. That's why I left the pocket, right? And then it's going to come down like this, and it actually should go like that, all right? And it's going to come down like this, right here, like that. That's what it was. So I took the little note, so this way it can flip open, and I'm going to have a writing space underneath of here, and it's going to glue into the pocket right there, and which then I can glue down that pocket. And then this one, same thing, has the note section on it. And then what I did for this one is I double-sided it, right? So when this goes on here, like that, that's going to be double-sided. So when you flip it open, you have writing space here. And then I probably have these printed out also double-sided. But if not, I can glue it down or I can flip it out. Whatever I decide to do, I don't know yet. But that's how I'm doing it. Okay, so to recap, let's recap. Okay, let us recap. Because I had this planned out a few days ago, and then I ended up changing my mind. Okay, so I do have this double-sided piece here. And again, I may put this as a background to this. And I might flip this up and have a writing page under that as well, because then I have more writing space. And then I could do like grocery list. I could do all kinds of things. And then that's why I kind of left these pockets, just for this very reason, because I rethought my whole process a couple of days ago. And then what I wanted to do was, let's flip that back over. I hope you're all following along. And I am so sorry if this is like confusing you, and I apologize. But I wanted to have a lot of writing space in this, but I wanted it small enough to where I could put it in my purse, if that makes sense. Okay, so that's what I was going to do. I was going to use these pieces to fold into the pocket right here, right? So this will go inside of this pocket, and then I will glue the pocket shut and actually put a stitch along the end when I'm done, because I'm going to put a fold piece here as well. Okay, so that's going to fold out, and then what's going to happen is you're going to see it like this, and it's going to have writing. It's going to have this piece on here. Then I'm going to have an extra piece under here to write on, or I can leave the bag if I wanted to, because you can. These make great writing too. But I kind of love the kit so much, I want to incorporate as much as I can in it. And then what I could do is I could actually, instead of using this as bullet point, just use this as writing, because it's kind of small, which I don't mind, because I can do bullet point on here even still. And I could just tuck that under too. Okay, so that's what we're going to do with that. That's going to be great, actually. Okay, I don't mind this. Oh yeah. Okay, great. I have it today, tomorrow, and I'm going to use them on every month. I'm going to fold it. So I printed these at I think it was 70%, and I did 2 per page. And what I'm doing is taking this little note, I'm going to fold this down, and each month is going to have this where it flips up, because I have it double-sided. I like this idea a lot, actually. Okay, so let's do 1 month with you. I have about 10 minutes here, but I kind of wanted to walk through this with everybody, because just to show you that tiny can be, for me, I don't make tiny things. So this was, I'm not going to lie, a little intimidating to me. But I wanted to try it. I voted for this month, which is funny because I don't make tiny things. I'm using walnut stain, by the way, and I do like to have it inked a little bit. I did ink a little too much, but hey, you know. All right, so now what I'm going to do is exactly what I said. I'm just going to use PVA glue because I don't know, I just like PVA glue. Gives me a little wiggle room. And I use Line Co. if anybody's interested. And I think Pam has a link, has it linked on her channel, and I think she gets a few pennies if you go under hers for Amazon. I think I've bought from that before. Pretty sure I did. Okay, so you see how that goes, like that. All right. Now we'll ink up this January here, and in her kit she has numbers, and I printed mine out mini, but I also have stamps that I could just stamp these too. I want to round the edges on this a little bit too, just because I feel like it. And you do not have to do that. I just want to. Let's see. Okay, I'm happy with that. I just wanted to give it a little bit of, something. And then I'm going to glue it down on that. And you can think of however you want to do this, but this is how I'm choosing to do this. And I'm going to put it more towards the top, only because then it gives me a little bit of room below this if I want to jot something down. Okay. Oh, I love this kit so much. It's so pretty. All right. Again, this is the Garden Whispers collection. So she has the Garden Whispers planner. She has the Garden Whispers with turtles. She has the Garden Whispers journal or planner kit. And I mean, they're all on her website. I will be linking all of them. And for you to be able to purchase if you choose to. And I love the kit, and I plan on doing another project with it. So that's why I haven't, I printed a large version of this as well. Okay, so now you see what I'm saying. So now I can I can doodle something down here if I wanted to. But now what I could do is she has these little numbers, and they can fit right in there if I want to, or I have a kit that has numbers in it, and I might just do that. I haven't looked at the calendar for next year, so I don't want to mess it up, so I'm not going to add numbers yet. And then now I have writing space here, right? So now over here on this side, I can put, I'm going to put today, tomorrow over here, like I said. And let me round the corners. I do want to round the corners. I want to do at least January with you really quickly. And then I will finish this up. And I may work on this again next week with you, or, who knows? I'm not sure yet, because I have time for this month. Okay. And then I'm going to put this in here, like that. Okay. So like I said, this bag is really going to work out well. Okay. So there is my today and tomorrow. And then I flip it over, and I have a little writing spot here. I double-sided it just because I wanted it decorated. I didn't need to, but I wanted to. And then what I want to do is put, where's it at? I have a double-sided one somewhere. Okay. I want to put this on here. And I think what I'm going to do is, actually, this flips down. I think I'm going to put it maybe right here, and then have it fold in a little bit. Just have it fold in underneath of this. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Because this is gonna fold down like that. I could also put it over here and have it so it's not, I might do that actually. Let's do that. And then I'm going to put a little tab on it too. Okay, let's do that. Because I have today and tomorrow right here. I have my January here, so I'm going to need sheets under both of these. So that's going to flip over. And then I'm going to put this one right here. A little bullet point thing. I hope this makes sense to everybody. I'm walking along with you in this, so I am so sorry. I changed my mind so many times about this because, like I said, I'm pushing myself way out of my comfort zone with this. Okay. And then what I want to do is glue it down all the way here. Okay, I'm going to glue that down. Okay. I want that glued down all the way as my cover sheet. And then I'll fold this over after. I just need a little fold over, that's it. Okay. Like that. Oh, it's just Saturday. Huh. Only Saturday doesn't fit. Okay. Bad. I might actually just take that off. I don't usually do my bullet points on Saturdays anyway, now that I'm thinking about it. I could just take this right off. Because I don't do it on Saturdays. I do it on Sundays while I'm relaxing to start my week, and then I do it the rest of the week. I do it. I don't do it on Saturdays, and I don't know why. I just don't. Now that I think about that, I never use my planner on Saturdays. I think it's because I'm busy doing other stuff. Okay, cool. That actually worked. And I will go back probably and add some like fun ephemera and, things like that. Okay, so now this one is folded at the notes, and this one is double-sided. I'm going to round the edges. This is going to be a really cute planner actually now. I kind of am starting to like this because I wanted it to be small enough to where I have bigger planners, but I can't carry them everywhere with me. And so, and I still am old school, y'all. I'm sorry. I do like planners a lot. I still do everything with I don't use phone like everybody else. So it's just a thing, but I like bringing my planner with me everywhere I go if I can. And my other planners are larger. They're for like ideas and other things I'm working on. Okay, cool. All right. So there is January. And then the next month we'll start February. Okay, so now how this is going to work is I need some good paper here. And this is where I want to use, I have like, where is it? Right here. I wanted to use some of the background pages from her garden kit because I like the colors and also they're very, very writable. So what I'm going to do is this is how I measure. I'm going to measure out some sizes and then I pull, I could, let me use my pencil. I don't normally, but I'll do it because I'm on camera. Okay, so I want this piece here and this piece here. Okay. All right, let's see. I'm going to cut that down. I do want some of the paper bag to show, so I'm not about covering up the paper bag. I really love using paper bags. I love using them. Okay, I'm going to do corners. Okay, I'm going to ink just a little bit. Okay, make sure it fits, and then that'll go here. I will add little pockets here and there too, maybe. Okay. Like I said, I'm just using Lineco PVA to put it down. It gives me a little wiggle room if I need to move it. Oh, look how cute that is. I love it. Oh, it's pretty. Who wouldn't want to write on that, right? And then that folds over that, like that. And now we need another piece for here. Okay. Another little piece here. And then I can't cut them ahead of time, y'all, just because of the way it's folded. They won't all be the same size. So if you're wondering why I'm not doing that, it's because they're not all the same size. I did that on purpose because I wanted it to be a little straggly. I don't know how to explain it. Staggered. And forgive me today. I had a headache when I woke up today. I wasn't feeling well this morning. So I hope, I'm a little, I think it's allergies. Okay. And some of this is going to be for just ideas. Some of this is going to be for planning. Some of this is going to be for just jotting down little things. I don't know, the thoughts. I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be for, because my bigger journal or my bigger planner is for, other things. So what I'll do is, because I have my calendar here, what I plan on doing is putting the numbers in here. And then what I want to do is star, if I have something planned that day, and then I can look behind here maybe and put down on this date what I have for my smaller mini one in my purse. This way, if I'm out and about and I need to know if I have something to do, then I have it, written down. And then, and this is today, tomorrow. This is going to be for not every day, obviously, of the month, but for the whole month, I have writing space. So I just wanted it today and tomorrow in there. And then I'll put the date. Like I could put the date right here. If I just have one thing that I want to accomplish today, I could put the date and put one thing on each line, because there's 3 lines, and then tomorrow. And then same thing here. I have 3 lines there. I actually may even, just so y'all know, I may even attach an extra, because I have extra printed, like right here. I may even do this and attach on. I don't know. I can do that. So that's another thing y'all can do, is you can attach on and fold it in, and then you have another day. That's up to you. So that's why I made it so much extra pages, is because I wanted that ability. So if I want to, I can always attach on anywhere in this journal that I want to, or I can leave this pocket open and put extra inside of here if I want to. Again, it's personal. It's whatever you want to do. There's no rules. It's just whatever works best for you. I know what works best for my brain. My brain's all over the place most of the time. And so for me, this is what's going to work. That's why I went back and forth so many times. I was going to do a standard like journal, and then I was like, it doesn't work for me that way. So I had to do what made sense for my brain. And again, that may not work for you. So if you want to do a regular size journal with this kit, great, because I plan on doing that. And I'm going to have so what my plan is next year is to do a larger one matching this exact one with this kit. So this is the plan, so y'all know. And then what I'm going to do is transfer anything into here that I need from my larger one. And then this is the one that's going to go in my bag and my purse when I travel and go anywhere. So that's the plan. And that's why I printed it larger, because I'm going to have a mini size of the larger one, if that makes sense. So, and I'm kind of a little excited about it, actually. And that's the plan for my 2027. And I printed it already large, and I'm ready to go with that. And I already have a cover for it, just so y'all know. And maybe I'll show you that next time. I'll show you the larger version, because I do have a cover already made for it, and it's ready to go. And it's going to have the ability, a pocket for this to fit inside of it. So when I'm at home and I need to transfer any information, I can. So if that makes sense. But look how cute this is going to be. 4.5 by 4.5 to fit in all my bags or my car, whatever. So yeah. And then this is flaps over, and there is. Okay. So let's recap. Okay, so I used Garden Whispers journal or planner kit. I used the Garden Whispers collection, and I used my old medication bags that I have 100 of because I keep, sorry to say, but my husband and I both have medications, and I made the cover. I sewed together 13 of those bags, and I'm giving there's the cover, and I sewed the garden collection on here, and some book page and whatever else. And I took some of the little ephemera pieces, and I used seam binding to close it. And like I said, I left the tops of the bags open. And what I'm doing is I'm taking parts from each kit, and I'm doing a tiny planner journal right now, and so then I hinged over, and I hinged inside the pockets. Now I will put a blank sheet of paper here. Actually, I probably more than likely will put pockets here, and so I can keep extra sheets in here, because like I said, I have extra printed on the tiny level, and so then I can attach them in quickly if I wanted to. And so that's probably what I'm going to do with these. And then flap open, I have writing space, and then on this side I have writing space, and then I flap this into the pocket here. And then I also glued this down, and I may do a flip up here. I'm not sure yet. And then I have this page right here for notes. And oh, I love this kit. And now I'll continue on for February. So if you have any questions, please ask. And I'll link all of the kits below. And if you have any questions, leave it in the comments. And I would appreciate any likes, comments, subscribe. And again, this is Pam from Silver and Sparkles. She designed this kit, and it's the Garden Whispers collection, and it's hashtag Tiny Journal 2026, so that you can see all the projects that everybody's working on the design team. And I hope you have a good day, and thanks for joining me. Bye.